Thank you, everybody. That was Clem Miller's 1939 hit, Moonlight Serenade, featuring Dino Bortolin on clarinet. Thank you for sharing your Sunday with us. We're the Dearborn Big Band. I'm Stephen Randall. We're excited to be back playing at the Michael Guido Theater again. Some brief history of the Dearborn Big Band. There have been 3 iterations of the band. The band was formed in 1993 and was directed by Phil Hespin. Michael Guido was a trombone player and vocalist in the first iteration of the band. The second iteration was started in 2004 by Don McAlpine, directed by Tim Burke, disbanded in 2008. This current and third iteration was formed in 2012 by Don McAlpine, and that was the year I joined as a sophomore in high school. We mainly rehearsed in the basement of the Performing Arts Center in Studio B for the first few years, and we played this theater ever since. The songs you're about to hear was the first set list this current iteration of the band created, again by Don McAlpine, titled Book 1. It is made up of primary music from the 1940s, Clem Miller, Count Basie, Tommy Dorsey, Billy Strayhorn, Duke Ellington, and Louis Prima. We played a very similar set for my neighbor Irene Dorn last year, September 15th. This private concert was an early birthday present for her. Sadly, she passed away at the age of 97 in April, so I'd like to dedicate this concert to her. She was in her 20s in the 1940s, so this music was the pop music of her day. It's interesting to imagine when these songs were new and revolutionary. I feel a secondhand nostalgia, if there is such a thing, when playing this music, partly due to playing it since 2012 when I was a sophomore in high school, and also vicariously through people who grew up on this music like Irene Dorn. Playing a private concert for Irene solidified the reason why I love playing this music. It was created to lift spirits, boost morale, and it surely did for her in the last year of her life. When you get to that age, it's not uncommon to outlive family and friends, so she was very lonely. This concert definitely helped her, and she was really grateful for hearing the live music from her youth again. Swing music in particular is best experienced live. I hope you enjoy the selection of songs as much as we do. The next song is Glenn Miller's 1940s hit, Tuxedo Junction. The soloists you heard were Doug Bembry on trumpet, Sarah Randall on trumpet, Chris Muzzin on trumpet, Matt Muzzin on trumpet, Dino Bortolin on honorary trumpet, alto sax, and Emir on bass. The next song is entitled Jumpin' at the Woodside by Count Basie in 1938. This is considered one of Count Basie's orchestra's signature song. Count Basie was an American jazz pianist, organist, bandleader, and composer. He formed the Count Basie Orchestra in 1936. He led the group for almost 50 years, creating innovations like the use of 2 split tenor saxophones, emphasizing rhythm section, riffing with a big band, and his minimalist piano style. Jumpin' at the Woodside. 1, soloists you heard were Chuck Seilnacht on tenor sax, Tracy Kash on keys, Emir Curtovic on bass. The next song will feature Toth on trombone, playing I'm Getting Sentimental Over You, recorded by Tommy Dorsey in 1935. Toth. In the hallway backstage, the ceiling tiles have been signed by a lot of performers. At least 100 signed tiles is my guess. One of those tiles were signed by the Glenn Miller Orchestra. They played on the stage in October 22nd, 2010, also in 2004. One of the original members of the Glenn Miller Orchestra is still playing with them to this day, trumpeter Ray Anthony, He is currently 103 years old. Yeah. No swing set is complete without this next song. I hope you're in the mood.
Come after school and talk to me all the time. You want to know board things?
1, 2, 3, 4. soloists you heard were Dino Bortolin on alto sax, trading twos with Seilnacht on tenor sax, as well as Matt Muzzin on trumpet. Speaking of Matt, please welcome him up to the mic. He'll now be singing Bobby Darin's version of Beyond the Sea.
Hi, how are we sounding today? I was about to say tonight, and then I realized it's like 3:30. So as Steven said, I'm going to be doing Bobby Darin's hit from 1959. It's Beyond the Sea. Oh, you love that? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. A 1, 2, a 1, 2. Beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high and straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the stars, it's near beyond the moon, and I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We will meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before, and happy we'll be beyond the sea. Oh, never again will I go sailing. Just as before, and happy we'll be beyond the sea. Oh, never again will I go sailing. No more sailing, so long sailing, bye-bye sailing. No more sailing beyond the sea. Thank you.
Our next song is entitled Sugar Blues. It became famous with Clyde McCoy's 1931 recording, though the song itself was written in 1919 by Clarence Williams and Lucy Fletcher, and first recorded by Leona Williams and her Dixie Band in 1922. McCoy's version featured his signature growling wah-wah trumpet mute, aka a plunger. Sugar Blues would feature Doug Bembry on trumpet. One, two, one, two. Doug Bembry. In the 1940s, trains were a major form of transportation, particularly during World War II. Some musicians of that time drew inspiration from train sounds and made songs imitating them. Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn were among those musicians. The next song is one of their well-known songs, Take the A Train. The harmonies, rhythm, and dynamics are cleverly arranged to sound and feel like a train getting up to speed, sounding its horn and gradually getting quieter as the train rides off into the distance at the end of the song. A Train.
The character is Mark.
One, two, one, two, three. Tracy Kash on keys. Matt Muzzin on trumpet. In 1936, the A train referred to the then new a subway service that runs through New York City, which at the time ran from eastern Brooklyn into Harlem and northern Manhattan. And that's where we're headed next, Harlem. The next song, Harlem Nocturne, will feature Antonio Segura playing alto sax. Harlem Nocturne is a haunting, bluesy, and sultry ballad. Earl Hagen wrote this song in 1939 as a tribute to legendary alto saxophonist Johnny Hodges of Duke Ellington's orchestra. Antonio, when you're ready.
Start.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We're going to take a brief departure from the 40s and play the Peter Gunn theme written in 1958 by Henry Mancini, also featured in the Blues Brothers movie. Zwicky. And now for the highlight of our show, please welcome to the stage the Nightingale of Dearborn, the lady with the golden voice, Diane Hura.
Everybody doing okay? Pretty good, aren't they? I want to let you know that this is totally a thing that we do, and we get together every week, and it's just for fun. And these guys are really dedicated. I have to say that. I would say 99% of them, if not maybe 100, I don't know, maybe, they all have other jobs. So this is a fun thing that we do, and Stephen has really stepped up to the plate. Gotta have a hand for Stephen. You know, all these texts, what are we wearing? What is a set list? And then 2 minutes later, somebody will say, what are we wearing? What's the set list? And Stephen is just as calm, and he just answers each question. I'm gonna start out today with a song, and it is called Paper Moon, and it was written, I think, in the 30s. So I'm hoping you enjoy it. So this is Paper Moon. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without me. No, it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Me without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in the valley arcade. Well, it's an all-thing well, just as phony as it can be. No, it wouldn't be make-believe. No, baby, just make-believe. No, it wouldn't be make-believe if you believe in me. Thank you. The next song I'm going to do for you is called Orange Colored Sky. And it was recorded by both Nat King Cole and Natalie Cole, amongst other people. And it was released in 1950, and it was one of the last albums, if not, I think the last album Nat King Cole made. So after that album was finished, sadly he had passed away. And it's about the sunrise and how beautiful it is, and all the imaginary things you think about when you see that beauty of all the colors. So we're gonna do Orange Colored Sky for you. Four, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was walking alone, minding my business, out of an orange-colored sky. Well, bam, Alakazam, wonderful you came by. I was humming a tune, drinking in sunshine, out of an orange-colored view. Well, bam, Alakazam, I fell in love with you. One look and I get timber. Look at the flying glass. 'Cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out, and when it was made and I started to shout up in here. This is it, this is it. I was walking alone, minding my business, out of an orange-colored sky. Well, bam, Alakazam, I fell in love with you. One look and I yell timber. Look at the flying glass. 'Cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out, and when it was spinning, I started to shout up in here. This is it, this is it. I was walking alone, minding my business, out of an orange-colored sky. Flash, bam, Alakazam, out of an orange-colored purple stripe, pretty green polka dot sky. Well, bam, Alakazam, and goodbye. Thank you. The next song that we're going to do is a song called On the Street Where You Live. And it's from My Fair Lady. And it was written by a gentleman by the name of Lerner, or Murner, I want to say Lerner. And he wrote this tune, and it didn't do so well, so he felt really bad. But his inspiration for the song was when he was 10 years old, he had a crush on a little girl in his neighborhood, and he would sit on this bench, and he would just wait for her to come out of her house. You know, he would just sit on the street where she lives, and he'd wait and wait and wait. Well, come to find out, he was waiting outside the wrong house. So this little girl was never coming out of the house. So anyway, we're gonna do On the Street Where You Live for you. One, two, 3. Down the street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All of a sudden, several stories knowing I'm on the street where you live. I lilac trees in the heart of town. Can you hear a lark sing in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? Knowing I'm on the street where you live. And that torment feeling. Baby, you're near that overpowering feeling. Any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and stare. No, they don't bother me. 'Cause there's nowhere else on this earth, baby, that I'd rather be. Let the time go by. I don't care if I can't be seen on the street where you live. the song called Love, Love. And once again, that was recorded by Nat King Cole. He's done a lot of great songs. I was looking on the computer and I'm just one after another. Him and his daughter, just beautiful. So this one is called Love, and I hope you enjoy it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Me, I know it's for the only one I see. It's very, very extraordinary. It's everything, everything that you adore. And love, it's all that I can give to you. Love, it's more than just a game, but you can make it. Take my heart, but baby, don't break it. Love was made for me and you.
That was Matt Muzzin on the trumpet. Talented guy. Sings great, plays great, talented. Okay, right now I'm going to do one more song for you. And it's entitled Lullaby of Broadway. And it takes you back to the 40s when the entertaining girls, they had what they called daddies. Maybe like sugar daddies we would say today, but they had daddies that would shop with them and take them everywhere. So this is the song Lullaby of Broadway, recorded by my favorite, Ella Fitzgerald. One, two, 1, 2, 3.
Run along and sing along, the lullaby of Broadway, the hidey-hi and hoop-dee-doo, the lullaby of Broadway, the rattle of the traffic cars, the rattle of the taxis, the daffodils who entertain, and Angelo and Lexi's when a Broadway baby says goodnight. It's early in the morning. Manhattan babies don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night, milkman. begins to go to town, and everyone goes crazy. You rock the by your baby round, till everything gets hazy. I'll buy you this and that. You hear the daddy saying, and baby goes home to her flat to sleep all day. Thank you so much for coming to see us. We have more songs to go, but thank you.
Another round of applause for Diane. Our next song we'll be playing for you is Satin by Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn in 1953. This arrangement is by Sammy Nestor. Two, one, two,
three.
Davis on guitar. Chuck Seilnacht on tenor. And Tracy Kash on keys. One, two. I'd like to take this time to introduce the band. In the sax section, Chuck Seilnacht playing tenor sax 1. Antonio Segura playing alto sax 2. Dino Bortolin playing alto sax 1. Matthew Stanicki playing tenor sax 2. Andrew Oswald playing Barry sax. In the trombone section, Tim Zwicky playing trombone 1. Ron Toth. Lud Giedman playing trombone 3. I'm Steven. In the trumpet section, Sara Randall playing trumpet 4. Doug Bembry playing trumpet 3. Chris Muzzin playing trumpet 1. Keith Davis playing guitar. Tracy Kash on keys. Emir Curtovic on bass. Aiden Tomashik on set. And now please welcome one last time, Matt the Ninth.
Oh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Maggie, baby, and it keeps it out of sight. You know that shark bites with its teeth, baby. Scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves though, where's old Maggie, baby? So there's never a trace of red on the early morning, lies about it, just who's in line. And someone's sneaking around the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? There's a tugboat down by the river, don't you know? Where seamen bags just drooping on down. Oh, that cement, it's there for the weight, dear. Five'll give you 10 old Mackies back in town. Now here by Louis Miller, here's a pet babe. After drawing out all his hard-earned cash, and now Maggie smells just like a sailor. Could it be our boy's done something rash? Now did he dive? Yes, he dawnering. Look out to Mr. London and you and old Lucy Brown. Oh yes, that line folds on the right, babe. Now that Maggie back in town. Now did he dive? Yes, he dawnering. Look out to Mr. London and you and old Lucy Brown. Oh yes, that line folds on the right, babe. Now that Maggie's back in town. Look out, old Maggie is back.
Thank you. That, of course, was Bobby Darin's Mac the Knife. Not to be confused with Matt the Knife. Different person entirely.
encore out there, so. All right, this next one, Night into Music. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, sharing your Sunday with us. I'd like to thank Tiffany Johnson, the theater rental coordinator, Matt Waldansky, the technical director, the light and sound crew, thank you so much. Stacy Stednicki, our videographer and photographer. We're the Dearborn Big Band. Please like our Facebook page. Have a good night.